Back when Master Duel first came around, Eldlich was at the very top of its meta, and now it's made its way over to Duel Links. Eldlich, in essence, is a control archetype. You're going to just piss your opponent off, make them surrender because they ran out of things to do. Eldlich is the boss monster, and really the only monster you will be using. He does have a robust extra deck that you can use with this deck, and I'll get into that in a second. But Eldlich, he pretty much just resurrects himself, and he's super annoying about it. And most of the cards in the deck require him to be on the field, so that resurrection will be coming around a lot. So you can send this card, one spell trap from your hand to the grave, target one card of the field, send it to graveyard. It's pretty good to get an engine start rolling, but the resurrection part, you can send one spell trap card you control to graveyard, add this to your hand, then special summon one zombie type monster from your hand, and it gains 1000 attack, and can't be destroyed by card effects. The only monster you'll ever have is Eldlich himself, so he just pulls himself from the grave, brings himself back onto the field with 1000 extra attack, and can't be destroyed by card effects. Eldland works so well with Eldlich, which obviously it does, but pretty much once it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send one Eldlich monster or one Golden Land spell trap from your deck to the grave. Now, why do you want to do that? Pretty much all of the Eldlixir cards have effects where they banish themselves to bring traps to the field. So, Eldlixir, pretty much the Eldlixirs, the spell ones, can bring any of the traps, and any of the traps can bring any of the spells. I think that's the best way to put it. And while you have Eldlich onto the field, when you bring these traps out, they have their own effects as well. Like, Conquistador will destroy face card on the field. However you say that, banishes a card from either graveyard, so it's kind of like a DD Crow, but more situational. Guardian will reduce a monster's attack to 0, which you can use that during their battle phase, and it really just fucks with their head. My favorite of all of these cards is the Golden Land Forever, which is a Omni-Negate trap card, and it is just so beautiful. It helps you control the situations a lot, and you can pretty much just get those from your deck straight onto your field by banishing Eldlixir of Scarlet Sanguine. I also have some staples into this deck, like Book of Eclipse and Infinite Impermanence. I also use Shapesister. It works with the skill and with the other cards in the deck, and brings out a tuner monster where you can go into Sword Soul Supreme Sovereign. And that works with your banishing that you're going to be doing, and it's one of the 2 core paths you can go down with this deck. I also, of course, have a Kaiju and Spear Mode just to clear an enemy's board so I can get my stuff rolling if I go second. But the thing that really enables this is the new skill from Odeon, Sanctuary of the King's Treasures. And at the beginning of your first turn, place one Temple of the Kings from outside your deck, face up on your field. And Temple of the Kings will allow you to activate cards the turn they're set. And because the Eldlixir cards will bring themselves onto the field, you can activate them during your opponent's turn when you set them during your opponent's turn. It's really nice. Or it also helps you get your combo going turn 1. You can also, big thing, from turn 2 onward, add one level 10 monster from your deck to your hand. And that can be the Eldlich, that can be the Kaiju, or it can be the Spear Mode, because they're all level 10. But yeah, that's enough about the deck profile. Well, we also have the extra deck. Because it's a level 10 engine, pretty much, you can go into the Gustav Max, the Rail Cannon. We also have IP Masquerena, Underworld Goddess, Nightmare Unicorn. Those are more pay-to-win options, and they're just tech tools that are there if you want to use them, but they are not required for the deck to operate. But without further ado, I'd like to get into a couple of duels. Now, I said it earlier, but with this deck, you're pretty much just annoying your opponent into submission, and that is the best descriptor for this deck, in my opinion. The Zombie World variant does a little bit different things, but it's still the same gist. So, it's their turn, they're gonna do Chimera stuff. I haven't really played that deck yet. I just know it works off fusioning. That one destroys a card on the field. And it can bring its fusion card back and forth. I think they're cool cards, though. I was pissed there. They ripped the spear mode out of my hand. So anyway, I pop the skill, get the Kaiju from my deck to my hand. I used Eldlich of Black Awakening to summon Eldlich from my hand. I set Conquistador, but because of the Temple of the Kings, I can activate it turn 1. Then I use that to destroy the Nightmare Magician and set the Book of Eclipse. They have an effect where they can banish and bring pretty much everything I just got rid of back. Night Beam. Oh, they have Night Beam, and that was really annoying for this deck. Because I can't respond to it. And that includes with my counter traps. So they're going full force and smack me in the head for 2,500. I'm going to banish that to set the Eldlich of Scarlet Sanguine onto the field. And because it's their turn still, I'm going to activate it using Temple of the Kings to special summon an Eldlich from my deck. A draw, use the Eldlich, bring it back, put it onto the field. Then I'm going to try to go into Gustav Max. And they're going to negate that effect with Mirror Sword Knight. So then I'm going to go into the Juggernaut Libe and try some more shenanigans. And I set a Golden Land Forever. Banish the Eldlich to add a Kirio or whatever to say it. So Book of Eclipse. And Night Magician just destroys it. I should have known better. But I honestly didn't know that that was in effect until just now. So Book of Eclipse, saving my ass during this time. They all come up, they draw 3. I have Apophis, which I'm going to send and then bring Eldlich to my hand, of which I'm then going to summon out. And they're going to Book of Eclipse me. This is just the staples meta. The staples and the skills meta. They're going to Night Beam my counter trap, which is really bad. But I'm going to bring this out. And they're going to Chimera Fusion. But here's the thing, right? And this is where they realize it. They no longer have anything in their entire deck that can beat over 2,800. And so they surrender. We basically just went through everything they could to out us, and then they surrendered. Honestly, I may have lost, but we'll take it. I'm gonna get into the next duel. Alright, this next duel is against Dark Magician. They're on a win streak of 2. And it was honestly a really, really interesting build of Dark Magician, and I wouldn't mind trying it myself eventually. But I'm going to start this time. I'm going to activate Temple of the Kings, use the Scarlet Sanguine to immediately bring out an Eldlich, and then set the Conquistador. I'm going to banish to set the Counter Trap, which I can then activate on this turn because of Temple of the Kings. We have Dimension Conjurer. Magician's Rod. Now, I should have probably counter-trapped the Illusion Magic, but I think I was waiting for something juicier, like maybe like an Eternal Soul or something like that. But I ended up going for it here. Banishing. We're going to activate Secrets of Dark Magic to bring out the Dark Magicians. And then they're going to bring out the Quintet Magician. And see, right here is where, in my opinion, they failed. So I'm going to block that, and then take 2,800. Because they have 2 of their Dark Magicians in the grave. They didn't expect me to live this turn. So I'm going to get rid of the Dark Magicians. Bring out the Eldlich. Activate an Eldlixir. Set that one. Banish to set Scarlet Sanguine. It's their turn. They're going to Dark Magic Circle. Pull another Dark Magic Circle. Dimension Conjurer. In my head right here, I'm like, if they have 500, like if they have 200 more attack, I'm done. I'm a goner. They're bringing out their Soul Dark Magician. Getting rid of him. Dark Magical Circle. They cannot get rid of me using that. Yes, they can. Oh. Then I'm going to activate Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine. They go into it anyway. Continue the attack. And there he goes. So I'm going to bring back the Eldlich, summon him onto the field, banish Scarlet Sanguine to set the Guardian onto the field, and set my counter trap onto the field. And I'm just going to pass the turn. They got Eternal Soul. I'm going to activate Guardian, set that attack to 0. Banish the Eldlixir, set the Guardian. So here is the point where I've won, right? There's nothing that they can do to stop me. So I'm going to bring back the Eldlich. So at this point, I'm just kind of like biding my way to a clean win. We're going to activate Wonder Wand. I'm going to counter trap it. I didn't want them to beat over the Eldlich. And as long as I don't destroy it outright right here. Yep, they can't bring back Eternal Soul. I summon. They're going to Kite Roid. They're really holding on at this point. They're going to pass the turn. Dark Magic Circle. Add another Dark Magical Circle. Pass back over to me. I'm going to go into Vampire Sucker. Bring back Eldlixir. And Kite Roid. And this is game. So I really just controlled them. Took care of their stuff. Sent to the grave when I could. And didn't let them recover. But yeah, that's pretty much how Eldlich works. It's not really too great in Duel Links, in my opinion. It definitely needs something more, But I think it's a really nice balanced deck. I think just everything else in the meta right now is too unbalanced. But yeah. And subscribe and leave a comment down below what deck I should cover next. Thanks.